Hey guys, Carnage here. Welcome back to another episode of Press C for Carnage. Sorry we took a while, but we needed a much-deserved break. With me is, as always, Jordan and Colin.
Hey, what's up?
Yo.
I just wanted
And
to. Sorry. I just wanted to personally apologize for the break. It was 2 weeks off. Sorry. What were you gonna say?
Nothing. I'm just gonna say, sitting off in the background is Megan, who thought she was gonna be here silently, which is not gonna happen.
I'm just gonna laugh. I'm just gonna laugh.
She's gonna laugh.
So kicking off, I just want to say that
the viewer for being here as well. Anyway,
the viewer,
the
one viewer,
the one viewer who's watching our live video, which you can watch too on YouTube at Press C #4 Carnage.
Yep. All right.
What were we gonna say, Carnage? We keep interrupting you. I'm so sorry.
Well, no, it's fine. So I just want to point out that, going through memory lane with my wife, that for all you who don't know, Shrek, the original, came out in June 18th, 2001.
Stop it!
Okay.
Stop it!
This
No, it didn't.
This was before our beloved Colin's time. He wasn't even a thought. Okay?
In his mother's eye.
Yeah. So just throw some nostalgia out there. Bring it to the video game
That's
world.
not nostalgia.
Yeah, hold on. Bring it to the video game world now. That as of last year, Vice City is 20 years old.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No. Where's the time going, dude? Oh my
On the
God.
PlayStation 2, like
Stop.
Wait.
how many do
talking
you
about
think? When
that's the
when
Grand
we
Theft-
think PlayStation 2, sorry to cut you off, Megan, but
Oh, you're fine.
when we think PlayStation 2, how many years do you think it is that we last played
11.
PlayStation 2?
11.
Yeah.
11.
Yeah. So it's
Dude,
just goes to show you that the last time I played the PlayStation 2 was for San Andreas.
Dude, when we had kids, when Megan and I had kids, dude, time is non-existent. It does not exist anymore. Like it just flows past us at supersonic speed, and I'm getting older. It's like that meme of the guy who gets hit by a gust of wind and he turns into an old man.
Yeah, because you literally asked me that you asked me they're going into first grade next year, right? And I go, no, they're going into second grade.
People are gonna criticize me for that, but I literally thought they were in kindergarten.
Well, that's typical for the other partner to think that. It always seems that one side loses time on their child's progression, which is nothing wrong with it, obviously, but but yeah, to go back on track, like the last thing I played on the PlayStation 2 was San Andreas, another Grand Theft Auto game, which came out in 2004. Still before Colin's time. So, when were you born, Colin? What year?
06.
06. 06. Oh my lord. What? Hold on. Games that came out.
Oh my God, the last game that I played on the PlayStation 2 was freaking Shadow the Hedgehog.
I remember Spyro pretty vividly, which blows my mind. Wow,
Oh, Spyro, dude.
Yeah, Spyro was great.
Oh,
I love
man.
Spyro.
But,
For context, the first ever console I had was the PS3.
Oh my
Get the hell
God,
out.
dude.
Megan! Get the hell out of here.
See, and I switched to Xbox to play Gears of War, which came out when you were born, dude.
I can't.
2006. You were
Dude,
both born in the same year.
I wasn't like, what am I trying to say? I grew up playing like the N64. Like we had like Doom 64, 007. Like I'm not that old.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't like old when that came out. I was young, like 3 or 4 years old maybe. It was actually before that. Like, but we had one because my mom played it while we were toddlers, like still babies, me and my brothers. But like I grew up on that console.
Well,
like,
dude, that's because it came out 5 years after you were born. 1996.
was it 19? Okay, that makes sense.
1996.
Wow.
So yes, we grew up on that.
Wow.
And before that, it replaced like the Sega.
The
Like,
Sega
so-
Genesis.
My gram had one, yeah,
But
the
no.
Sega Genesis
And
with the cartridge
NES,
and the CD.
that came out after the NES, dude. So. But you were poor if you still owned a NES at the time. Now you're fucking wealthy as shit.
Yeah, right?
Burke in chat mentions that one of the best Street Fighter games came out in '99. Third Strike.
Third Strike
is a
and yet it is still one of the biggest MLG games being played right now.
I was gonna say, you mean besides Super Smash Brothers Brawl?
Well, it's all the same same category, man. I still see clips on YouTube or TikTok of these 11-year-olds touching the NES controller and beating the guys that were goats to us. Like it's I feel old, and I feel old. I really feel almost a little down on myself talking about video games right now.
No, don't get down. No. Change the subject. Quick, someone change the subject.
To that point,
Melee.
My dad used to play 007 GoldenEye, and we did the split screen fighting thing, and I smoked him.
Oh,
on the PS3.
Dude, I would do the equivalent of video game Supeku right after that happened. I would go into Elder Scrolls Skyrim and just jump off a cliff.
Yeah, it's like, you know what? Fine. You know what you can't beat me at? Need for Speed, bitch. So yeah.
I got corrected by Burke, by the way. Melee is what I meant, not Brawl, for Super Smash Brothers. That's the one that's got the big esports scene. So, but no, yeah, dude. Like it's funny. You were just talking about that, Colin. My son, who's 6, all the time, dude, all the time, he's like, Dad, you suck at video games. You suck at video games. Like, you little
like, and you know what? He's half true. Like, if you think back
I still do that to my dad. We have Horizon Forbidden West.
Yeah.
And he couldn't get past Pardon It. Like, he played 10 times. I got in after not playing for months and beat it first try.
Oh, I hate you so much. Carnage, what were you going to say?
You said that's just pretty well what he just said, man.
It's just, it must be in their genes, bro. I don't know, like.
It's not genes. We're just getting old, dude. And
reaction time.
And not so much old, but the
reaction.
No, the motivation to beat something that has absolutely no gain in your life it's going away. As a kid, it's like, oh yeah, I have to beat this game. This means everything right now in my life. Now it's like, I don't care. I don't care. It's not gonna pay for a loaf of bread tomorrow. I was
gonna say, that achievement hunting of yesteryear is gone.
Yeah, achievements, dude. A 360 or trophies.
Oh god,
the amount of hours I logged in for completions.
Yes.
Now it doesn't matter. It just
the achievements don't matter anymore either. They're kind of going the way of the dodo, because
back in the day, like the Steam cards were a big hit, you know. And
yeah. Well, they still are with a very niche community, but it is extremely small. Yeah.
What about the memory card cartridges for the PlayStation 2 and 1?
Stop it!
Oh, man, if you got the red cartridge for the N64, now you were boss.
That was the one that cheated the game, right? Was it was like a Game Shark or something?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Or for your NES, if you had the cartridge where you could play your Game Boy games on your NES. Then you were the shit.
The shit. Stop. I like this trip down memory lane, but I also hate it at the same time.
You know what, Colin? Back in the day when you could play your Pokemon on the TV.
Your Pokemon.
Oh man.
Like the GBA converter for the GameCube.
It was an emulator. Before its time.
Yeah, it was. Dude, speaking of Pokemon, I miss Pokemon Stadium, dude. That game was so good.
That was fun. It was fun. Yeah.
It's just a classic game.
I never played any Pokemon game until I got a 3DS. And that was when I got with Jordan.
You played with you played Black, wasn't it? Like Black was your first Pokemon experience?
No, Pearl.
Was it Pearl? Okay, I was gonna say, I could have sworn I bought you Black and White, or one of the 2 Black and Whites, or whatever.
It was Pearl when I traded it.
Since we're on memory lane, the 3DS was released in 2011, by the way.
Stop it!
Shut up!
Yeah. I graduated in 2009. Fuck you!
And you know what? And that's when the PSP was
I want to say that I got the 3DS XL like launch here when 2000.
Honey, 2011 is when we got married and I graduated high school.
You're making me seem like a cradle robber.
No, that's just yeah, memory lane. So different way to kick off this episode. So why don't we go on to our first topic of the day, which Cyber put in here about from PC Gamers. Why don't you go ahead and tell us about that?
All right. So I mean, yeah. So this article from PC Gamer here. Let me switch over my view on the live video. All right. So yeah, Square Enix's crypto-loving president likely to be ousted in favor of a different, still crypto-loving president. Why? Just stop. They're so gung-ho about NFTs and NFTs in gaming that they like vocally said out loud as a company that they're going to invest in architecture to implement NFTs, which if anyone doesn't know, a quick explanation of NFTs is it's literally just a non-fungible token, which is essentially a receipt for an image that you quote unquote own. But it can be easily stolen because, you know, the internet. So someone could steal your receipt, they immediately now own your image and there's nothing you can do about it. So,
which technically any game you play has full data access to your content.
Yeah,
so technically they own it. You own it, but they own it.
Well,
so.
yeah.
Anyone remember Ubisoft Quartz?
Yeah, they.
Quartz, yeah.
Oh god, I love how they were so gung ho about it. They were like, "We got this," and then like 6 months later, they were like,
"It died."
Yeah, I died on the vine, dude. Did you see? Have you guys seen the content they were planning on releasing? I think they actually did release it on through that Quartz program. It was NFTs that you could buy for what the hell's that game? It was the open world third person shooter, Breakpoint, I believe is what it was called, like Tom Clancy's Breakpoint.
Something like that.
Yeah, they released like helmets and stuff that you could buy and they were like $5-10 each. And they were hoping they would sell for thousands, but only I think only 2 people own one of each of those, and I think they're actually employees of the company, if I remember correctly. Someone did like a check to see where the wallets led to, the NFT wallets, the crypto wallets, and it led to 2 employees of Ubisoft.
Because everyone saw it and was like, no, we don't want this in our games.
Yes.
Like, this is a smaller example, but if any of y'all know about Poppy Playtime, that popular horror game that went around, they did a whole like lore locked behind NFTs. And got smacked down by the community immediately.
Hard. Yes. They definitely did. And I'm glad the gaming community is pushing back on that bull. Like
Well, yeah, but at the same time, upsurfaced microtransactions.
Yeah,
we didn't get away from NFTs in a way, but there's still in-game currency, rewards, battle pass. They still got us.
Yes, they really do.
We didn't realize what was happening with that until it was too late.
Until it crept up on us.
Yeah.
But with this, we saw what happened with like all the other ones, like with Battle Pass and whatnot. We're like, nah, we're not having it. So
fucking loot boxes.
Oh, I mean, you guys are already aware of it because I posted it in my Discord when it happened. But I don't think the viewers or listeners are aware of it. But I actually had an interaction with somebody who, as you said, is completely fine with all of those things, those microtransactions, battle passes, whatever. Filling these games up with bullcrap. Basically, I had a review. I made a review for the game Warlander, which I believe a couple episodes ago, or one. I think I did it last episode, which was 2 weeks ago now. Yeah. But I spoke about Warlander as a game. I said my piece about it. I said what was wrong with it. I basically, said out loud verbatim what I wrote for the review on Steam, and some hat decided to comment.
You didn't talk about the guy because we ended the stream. Then the guy commented back.
Yeah. So I was gonna talk about it. He literally so this guy responded on he was being really toxic too. He was like, he was like, "Oh, you shouldn't be complaining about this game with its microtransactions and its battle passes. It's free to play. It's a free game. Stop complaining." Also, every game now has that stuff. Just get used to it. Just accept it.
Actually, that's not what he was. I have photographic memory, so I'm going to repeat what he actually said.
Oh, go ahead.
He said that J-Man needed to get skill, and that the packs don't actually if you buy the packs, they don't actually give you a good enough boost. So if you actually got good at the game and played for a while, you would never need them because you level up. But
if I remember correctly, he also did say that you wouldn't need them, but also because even if you did get used to them, he essentially was saying.
It's hard to say what he was talking about because his grammar was
terrible.
All over the place.
I had to decipher that. Like,
yeah, it was. We invested way too much time on.
Yeah, we did trying to translate his Egyptian, these hieroglyphics.
Yeah.
For context, I read gibberish. So.
Oh, gotcha.
I mean, and on the subject of the battle pass and that we talk about every time, I think we are right to be objective of it, and we let this happen. But now it's become a way of gaming.
Well,
to the younger audience, to the younger
right. Because they're quote unquote growing up with it, so now they're used to it.
Exactly. Yeah. So they're gonna load it to any game, wondering, "Oh, where's the battle pass? Where's the battle pass?
Right.
What kind of loot can I get?" And I think it's going to be until there's another marketing scheme that comes out. Even New World, okay, I'm going to tangent right into New World's coming up with a very good update. Way too late in the game by AGS, and it's been like a big topic lately in the New World community that AGS releasing this content. It's way too late. Blah blah blah. Servers are dead.
I was gonna say because no one's playing the game anymore.
Yeah, so I played their PTR for their next patch and. They're bringing battle passes. Surprise!
Oh my
god!
To an MMO? How does that even work?
Yes, because they're bringing seasons.
Oh,
There's gonna be lore,
so they're doing
season lore.
They're doing the Guild Wars 2 thing. That's how Guild Wars 2 does it.
Yeah. So AGS, Mr. Bezos. Yeah. Let's.
I understand why they're doing it because their game's dead. Like you said, the servers are dead.
But that's not going to bring people back.
No,
yeah,
it's not.
In the winter, they merge servers, and they're going to do it again on the next patch.
It's not going to bring back people, because the people who left aren't going to come back for it. But what it's going to do is it's going to give them probably enough money to cover the last of their server and just get it over with so they can finally end the game.
You think so?
I think their whole thing, like, we're going to have battle passes is...
No, and I think ending the game isn't in their plan from AGS based on what they're doing and their updates. They are trying to save the game.
For anyone listening, by the way, AGS is Amazon Game Studios. For anyone who's not aware.
And New World, it's going on its third year or second year.
I think it's second year. I think
But and I only recently started playing it. I love the game, and I grind that shit to a T. And then, but at the same time, I'm slowly seeing it die off as I'm becoming,
end game.
As I have completed and have completed my BIS equipment, best in slots.
Yeah,
I am.
So I mean, I leveled up to max, and I was with you. I was doing runs with you and stuff. And I lost interest in it because I just didn't feel the need to max out my character's gear slots after hitting max level because I just don't see a point in it. Like the end game content is there, quote unquote, but there's no reason to do it. Like it's not like sure the grinding could be fun for some people, but not for me. Like if there's no tangible benefit to me going out and grinding the same dungeon 30 times to get one piece of gear, then what the fuck's the point? Like this, like you said, the servers are dead. They're filled with bots to no end. Like I don't.
They are. Well, right now they're not because they did do a wipe, but yeah, they're merging servers. If you watch the PvP world within New World at least the servers were on,
right?
The companies are disbanding. Like they're leaving servers.
The companies that own the towns and stuff, like that are supporting the towns monetarily,
that own the territories and so. Yeah, they're all. There's going to be another server merge, and right now they can have, I think it's like 2,400 players per one server. It's going to go up to like 3,000, 3,500.
I don't think it's going to make much of a difference, but
and on Amara, on the server that I play at, most of the population is 300. That's
out of the 3,000.
Yeah.
Like if it's not to make money, then the people actually care. Like who are making it actually?
No. It's to make money.
No. It's to make money. It is to make money, but if their main thing isn't just to make money, and they're trying to,
I think
what the server merging sounds to me is they don't have a lot of players. So if they had 100 servers with 10 people on them, then it'd be a waste of money. So what they're doing is they're cutting costs, but they're also boosting PR level.
Yes.
So like they can say we have 100 people on a server instead of 10.
But the thing is though, so we'll go back to the Battle Pass topic though. Battle Passes only work the same way microtransactions work. You want the whales. You want the people that have the money that, you know, and whales are only usually a very small portion of a massive population of a video game to begin with. So if you have 300 people per server of a 3,000 person server, and you only have 5 of those servers, like, which is like what, 1,500 people, give or take.
Yeah.
Like, 1%, even if 1% of those people are whales, that's like 10 people. Like, that's not going to be enough for them to keep the servers. Like,
which brings me to my point of how they're too late.
It is too late.
When you and your brother first started New World, that was part of the quote unquote fresh start that they did.
Yes.
Which was when they first
and I enjoyed
merged
it.
their servers.
I enjoyed it.
Exactly. So that's when they should have released this quote unquote new content that they're going to release this year, which is going to include mounts and stuff too. Eventually, at the end of the year. Yeah, but they're doing it all too late.
Yeah.
The PvP, the hardcore players, they have left. They're gone. Yes, they might come back, but they're not going to stay. So the Battle Pass is going to have the seasons where to grind out the Battle Pass.
So it's like a lore.
Yes, you have to do the season lore.
Okay, gotcha.
They're going to introduce an expedition, but it's.
Are you getting close to the point where you're just going to stop? Are you going to be one of those veteran players that just says, I'm almost done?
I loaded, and just like every other Endgame 60, we sit at the same fucking town, staring at each other, wondering what the hell do we do?
I don't. Why do you even bother loading in then? Like, what's the point? I don't know.
It's a community. I get it.
Yeah.
It's just a group.
My thing is one of the main reasons. Another one of the main reasons why I wanted to stop playing it actually was because I'm a healer, right? And you're my tank. Me and Carnage are buddies. You know, I heal, he tanks. Anyone listening who has ever played an MMO knows that when you queue to a dungeon as either a tank or a healer or both, your queue should be really, really fast, instantaneous. Let's just say when me and Carnage queued up for a dungeon together as a tank healer team looking for DPS, it took us 25 to 30 minutes to find a freaking dungeon to do. That's how dead the servers are. Yeah. That should not be happening. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, well, that's actually part of the PTR that they want to do, not in the next patch, but throughout the year, is to do cross server. Like
dungeons,
dungeon lobbies, which again, it's
too little, too late.
It's public group. It's just too late in the game.
Congrats,
even though Megan was catching up, and I know stuff happened with your brother, but to play this game, you need a group. You need
the solo content at endgame is impossible.
Yeah. You need that little clan. And
what were we gonna say, Colin?
Well, to the Battle Pass thing, and how game is trying to save it by bringing people back because there's lore. I think games should start getting better at making a game last longer. There was a good effort by Ubisoft in Far Cry 6 that I think is a good example of it.
They had a Battle Pass in Far Cry 6, single-player game?
No, stop. No. I'm saying they should invest in new ways of keeping you there instead of a Battle Pass.
So give us an example. How did they do that in Far Cry 6?
So in Far Cry 6, once you beat the main game, most Far Cry games, once you beat the main game, there's nothing to do. You've beaten the game.
Right.
Far Cry 6 implemented a thing because in the game you play as a person and you're trying to get the country away from this dictator, make sure the country is in a better place than it was.
Right.
And so they added a realism type of thing where once you beat him,
he gets replaced by one of his underlings or something?
Well, no, not entirely. But what happens is you take over what the place is called Yara, but the people who followed that dictator start trying to take over things, and it's an insurgency mode where territories from the game get retaken over one a week, and you come back and you can get rid of these people to continue keeping Yara out hands of these.
It sounds like
people who follow the dictator.
It sounds like the intentional version of the bug that happened in Far Cry 2. I don't know if it was a Far Cry 2, where like you would destroy the entirety of a fortress, and then you would walk away like around a corner out of the fortress, and then come back immediately, and they would all be respawned.
Yeah, that's every Assassin's Creed game ever too.
Yeah.
But it keeps you coming back. There's a point to come back every.
Now, okay, so.
I'm not saying that.
Would you prefer battle passes or would you prefer DLC? Because since we're
DLC,
a DLC for sure.
Hold on. Yeah, but so let me finish my point here.
No, you cannot.
Is that since we're already talking about the Bronze Age, apparently, back in the day with COD, which always had a consistent player base,
right?
Didn't have battle passes. They had DLCs that came out pretty well quarterly in a year. So. Which people, we spent $30 on the DLC. Oh, gotta have the DLC.
Right.
All packs. We're gonna play. And back in the day, it was your bragging rights was either the leaderboard or the achievement list. Now it's loot lust. Is what it boils down to.
Everything in their mom is becoming a looter shooter.
But here you have games and franchises like Grand Theft Auto 5. There's no battle pass in Grand Theft Auto 5. One is mods galore. Yeah. But that's a game that always brings you back to see where you just log in just to shoot some people. That's it.
I would just like to say, sorry to interrupt. I just would like to say on that note before we switch to another tangent of this conversation, Grand Theft Auto 5 is not a good example of that because even if they don't have a battle pass, their microtransactions are terrible.
Well, it is terrible. There's a lot of in-game laundering. I'm not gonna excuse them for that. I could have used a better metaphor, but let's say Assassin's Creed Odyssey. They brought out, instead of battle passes, they had DLC, which you had to pay practically a full game's worth. But their lore is so good that I paid for that shit to play five little quest lines on the end game.
I heard the Viking one was pretty good with all of its DLC, so I can imagine.
Valhalla was great. Gameplay shit. But the lore was good.
Okay, gotcha.
That's kind of what I was saying. Sorry, battle passes are bad. They are not. They are.
End of story. Period.
End of statement. But no, what I was saying is Far Cry 6, though not the perfect example. Not just copy this and do it like people copied with the battle pass. It shows them trying to create a system for you to come back and play every once in a while. Because it does get old doing the insurgency stuff.
I disagree. With a lot of battle passes I've seen, it's the opposite. They want your attention held on that game for the entirety of that battle pass period. Because in a lot of games, the experience gain to get to level 100 in a battle pass is extremely minuscule, as in
Destiny 2 cough.
It was so bad, dude. I hate it so much. And I'm not saying they need to make it to where you rush through it within 3 days if you're an active player. I understand that, but they give you 90 days usually on most games, but unless you're coming back every 2 days to play for at least a couple hours, which is unreasonable for a lot of us as adults. I can't be on here every 2 days. I'll play for 6 hours on Saturday or something, but that's not enough. It's not enough for me to make the 90-day period to get to level 100.
As we've said before, and I suggested before, if they had RNG-based loot at the end of a battle pass that you can continue to work towards, then I would be okay with the battle pass. Where once I've hit your level 100 where everybody got the same loot, after that, if it's RNG randomized loot that only I will uniquely have, then I'll be okay with the battle pass.
Some in-game benefit, right? That's
Yes.
not gonna make it pay to win. Like not a pay to win,
No,
like a gear, right?
Yeah. So
Well, I'm confused where you got I was supporting a battle pass.
No. I just wanted to say that like not every game is equal and not every battle pass is equal. I'm okay with battle passes to a point, but they have to be done correctly. And
and for their first 5 years, they were fine. Yeah, you worked through, you got the end loot. Fortnite did it, COD did it. Now the competition is trying to create their own unique battle pass. Warzone 2, so. Now they're trying to make a different style of battle pass instead of just either keeping it the same or having something new altogether.
All right.
So they're trying to monetize the shit out of battle passes, and now that Amazon's getting on board, it just
it's like trying to beat a dead horse with a stick. You're like, wake up!
It is like,
wake up!
Oh, you want to take loot boxes away from us? Sure, here's a battle pass for you, and if you want that content, you better pay for it.
See,
so
and
it's how companies got around the whole loot box thing.
Exactly. Everything we roar about, they're gonna come out with a different way to screw us in the ass. Locked content, and actually, Viva La Dirt League. By the way, if you guys never watch their videos, go watch them. They explicitly have an episode on loot boxes and locked content behind subscriptions. It's hilarious.
I love their videos.
And it proves my point.
It's so funny.
Anyways, I think we've talked about this for
to death.
minute.
Yes.
So
I just wanted to say let's take a small break. Let's go grab some drinks, maybe calm down a little bit from all the battle pass talk. So all right, we'll see you guys in a little bit. We're gonna take a small break.
Are you tired of drinking energy drinks and waiting for them to kick in?
I'm so tired.
Do you want to feel that instant rush of energy without the wait? Introducing Energy Hook, the revolutionary energy drink that hooks right into your body.
Whoa! I didn't realize it was an actual hook! Wait! Ah!
With Energy Hook, you'll never have to wait for an energy drink to take effect again. Our specially designed hook inserts directly into your bladder, delivering an instant jolt of energy that will have you feeling alert and focused in seconds.
Wow, everything is moving so slow, like I'm in slow motion, like you're in slow motion. Oh my god, I have so much energy right now.
Energy Hook is perfect for esports teams, gamers, and anyone who needs a quick boost of energy.
Yeah, get dunked on, nerd. Teabag. Get better, noob.
Energy Hook is perfect for esports teams, gamers, and anyone who needs a quick boost of energy. And with our convenient subscription service, you'll never run out of the energy you need to power through the day.
Hey man, you got my refill? You could really use it right now. You could say I'm hooked.
So don't wait. Try Energy Hook today and experience the rush of energy like never before. Energy Hook. Hook into your potential.
All right, and we're back. Welcome back, guys.
Hello.
Okay.
If anyone listening to the audio podcast wants to know what we do during break when we haven't restarted the podcast, come check out our live video on Press C #4 Carnage at YouTube. We have the live video on there.
I always come back with something different to eat. Today, it's croissants.
Don't you mean croissant? Croissant?
No, croissants. That is such a
croissant.
Such a stereotypical thing to say.
I saw this TikTok from forever ago, like I think it was almost a year ago now, or maybe 6 months ago. But it was a girl who has like a straight up Italian, or was it a French? Maybe a French dad. Croissants are French, right?
Yeah, they're French.
Yeah, so she had a French dad, and like he was legit like full accent and everything. And she wanted to see what he would react to, so she recorded a video of her secretly. Like secret recording of her saying croissant, like, but not the correct way, but like croissant. And he turned around. Yeah, and he turned around and smacked her with like a glove or something, like a frying pan glove.
Croissant.
Yeah, and he goes croissant.
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 I was quoting the Carl Weezer meme.
I know. Jimmy's mom.
You want to know? There was an episode where he got her in a jar because it was a Fairly Odd Parents crossover. He wished for Jimmy's mom in
Wasn't
a
that
jar.
like a movie? That was like a movie.
It was.
Wasn't
I think it was a movie crossover.
Yeah. I actually enjoyed that movie.
The Jimmy Timmy Power Hour.
Yeah, that movie was great. It was actually really good. And
There's 3 of them.
Yeah, who's the third guy that got transferred over?
No. There was 3 Jimmy and Timmy Power Hours.
Oh, gotcha.
There were 3 movies.
There were 3 movies? I only remember the one. I remember Timmy becoming 3D and him being like, "Whoa, look at me!"
Fairly Odd Parents was released March 30th, 2000.
Stop it! Stop it!
Yeah. That's the episode, man.
All right, that's it. You're getting muted for the rest of the podcast.
Fine, I'll eat my croissant.
Carnage, your punishment for the rest of the podcast is you have to put a 2001 microphone filter on for the rest of the
man.
podcast.
Let me find my Xbox 360 controller.
Your punishment is you must not be able to. You cannot drink water for the rest of the podcast.
Old school microphone for the PC. For the XP, you know those things that there's like a stick with the speaker on the end to talk into. Then you had to push a button on your keyboard for it to work.
Oh my god!
Damn,
dude, you're making me feel so old. Stop.
Yeah, that's man, those were the days.
I hate you.
Yeah.
Continue on.
Okay.
To the next subject.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I was getting so distracted and filled with hate, and immense hate. All right. So.
Subject, boys.
Yeah. Right. Let's talk about this last article real quick. We had a few articles, but I want to actually move into after this article. I want to move into video games we played recently because there's a game I want to talk about. So this last article here is from PC Gamer as well, and it's existing owners won't get the Outer Worlds new Fancy Pants Edition for free, but there's a hefty discount. So this doesn't happen often, but when it does, it kind of irritates me to no end because I own the Outer Worlds, even though it's free on Game Pass, which I didn't. I owned it before it became free on Game Pass once the merger happened with Bethesda or whatever, or Obsidian rather. Sorry, Obsidian doesn't belong to Bethesda, I don't think. Yeah. But you know what I mean. So I owned it on Steam, but I have it on Game Pass now. And I don't know if it's gonna matter because this is gonna end up on Game Pass anyway, the Fancy Pants Edition. So I might just be ranting for no reason. But I do not enjoy this. I do not like this. I do not like it when game companies release a new like Game of the Year edition or whatever and don't release that content. Because the reason this is called Fancy Pants Edition is because they're releasing all new content with this new edition of the game. And it's like never before seen content, like new DLC essentially that's built into this version. They're not going to release that content to the base game that people already bought for free, which they should. I personally feel like they should, because it's the people who invested into your game early are the people you should be treating like kings and queens, the ones that you should be getting all this stuff, because they helped you get to the point where you could release this new Fancy Pants Edition. You know what I mean?
No.
So what's your opinion? I'm curious because
in the article it says if you own the game, the base game, you can get the DLC upgrade for $10. So that just seems like it's DLC, and they're making a Game of the Year edition that you can get at a store. This isn't like, okay, you have to rebuy the entire game just to get this DLC. No, you can purchase it separately. I do not feel like this is bad because it's them making DLC. I mean, do you think you should get the new Destiny DLC free because you played the game years ago?
You mean the Lightfall, the one that just came out?
Yeah, the one that just came out, or any of them because you played.
Okay, that's different though. That is actual DLC. That's not a new edition.
It's a new game within Destiny. So I understand your metaphor, but the Destiny's DLC, they're introducing a whole new storyline, which in theory is a whole new game within Destiny. This, they're trying to get players who already own Outer Worlds to pay $10 US for the extra content. At the same time, for anybody going in to buy a fresh copy of the game,
it's $59.99.
Exactly. So they're still getting their markup from everybody and more from the original owners.
I don't know. I personally think they should just release it free as like a free update for the people who invested the time and money into this game that came out like what 2 years ago now, 2.5 years ago now.
Man, how much was it 2 years ago? Was it a $60 game?
It was $60 when it first came out. Yes,
exactly. So anybody buying it today for first time is getting the new content for free. Technically.
Yes. Yeah.
And
that's what
you are not.
Yeah.
You are paying extra.
And I really appreciate you pointing that out in such a way that makes it understandable, because I was trying to explain that, but I'm so angry about it that I can't explain it in the way that people understand. Like, yeah, that's the issue I have. Yeah, because like it's essentially saying, you know, 2 giant middle fingers to the people who bought the game 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago. You know, that are like that spent that $60. They're like, yeah, but you have to give us $10 more. You know, what are you complaining about? Like, I'm complaining because I deserve it for free because I bought your game 2.5 years ago. I supported you guys. Like, you know what I mean? I made the investment already.
You already gave them your $60.
If you're talking about like the one with the DLC currently, yeah, it's 60, but the base game is only 30.
Okay, but that's not the point, though. The point is, we, the people who bought the game years ago when it first released, it was $60. So now we have the base game for a value of $60, which didn't go down because we already bought it. Like, sure, the value of it now is $30 because it's been 2.5 years, but we still paid $60.
Yeah. So the point is, anybody who bought the game up until, let's say, today, is going to be paying $70
total. Yes.
Anybody from today forward is only paying $60 for the entirety of the game
with the new DLC. Yes, and that's the point I'm getting upset about.
It is frustrating. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just wanted to complain about that a little bit. Again,
it's not like any other game. Let's say in Steam, you would still pay the base value of $60 plus the DLC if you want the DLC with it.
Right.
They're doing it reverse, is what they're doing.
Yes.
So. They're undercutting anybody who's bought the game before, and it actually is quite irritating. I'm glad I don't own the game.
Yeah, well, and again, to anyone listening, if you were also irritated by this, just get Game Pass. Obsidian is owned by Microsoft now. Just get Game Pass. Like,
oh yeah, and the DLC will be free within
exactly.
Game Pass.
Yeah, it's all gonna be on Game Pass. Just get freaking Game Pass.
Yeah, you can enjoy it for a year. They always have their games on there for at least a year.
Well,
on average,
I was gonna say this one's actually owned by Microsoft. They're actually like quote unquote a first party studio now. So technically speaking, this should be on it permanently. You know, till the end of time.
Wow, you think, but.
All right. Did you guys want to talk about any articles before we move on? Be my guest. I'm down for whatever.
No.
No, but if you guys want to. Just let you guys know that PC Gamer is a very good site to read your articles off of. If you ever want to read up on what we were discussing, there's other things that they talk about that just don't have the shareable content for us to spread to you guys. But
I really enjoy PCGamer.com. Actually,
and Katana. And you'll hear us name drop a lot of like
Katana.
Activision,
You mean Kotaku?
Kotaku. Sorry, I say Katana in my head, but. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that we don't go in depth about, but you should give them a look.
I mean, potato, croissant, Kotaku, Katana, same thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me see. What do you call, since we brought that up, what do you call French fries with gravy and cheese on it? How do you pronounce that word?
Wait,
hash browns?
No.
French fries with gravy and cheese?
Yeah. There's a one word that starts with a P.
I don't call them anything. I just say French fries with gravy and cheese.
Like I just
you guys don't call that poutine?
No. What?
Oh my god! Oh, fucking Americans.
I've never had
poutine. It's actually called poutine. I just googled it.
Poutine.
No. Yeah. Down here in Texas, we put if you put cheese and a bunch of stuff, they're just called loaded fries.
Yeah, we just call them loaded fries. Yeah.
Oh my.
Also, this is pronounced poutine, by the way, not Putin.
Oh no, and that was the point I was bringing. Okay, this was the point I was bringing. This is the Canadian argument. Is it poutine or Putin? Like that is.
I refuse to say Putin in any way, shape, or form.
It's not Putin.
No,
there's an E at the end.
No,
here's the real controversy.
Oh no, there's no E. But
caramel or caramel?
Caramel.
I refuse to answer.
For me, it's situational.
Situational? I'm in a hostage situation. Would you like a piece of caramel? It's caramel! Bang!
Well, no, it's like caramel apples or caramel sundaes. Caramel apple, caramel sundae type of stuff.
Okay, that actually makes a lot of sense. That's like a really good...
Yeah, situational based on.
Come on, how does that even work?
I mean, at least you're not getting criticized for saying yolk.
Shut up!
Okay, we are a gaming podcast. Let's
he
go
got
back
another
to gaming.
word.
Oh no, you gonna tell him about my other word? Oh god.
You just woke up the Kraken, man.
Yeah, I did. Oh god, I guess she's not gonna continue with what she was gonna say.
This is a gaming podcast, not a freaking
pronunciation podcast.
Yes.
Oh man.
I don't think people will mind. Actually, I think it gives us more personality to talk about random bullshit. To be honest, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's if you guys haven't figured it out, it's Canada versus USA up in here.
Up in here?
Or sorry, Canada versus USA versus Texas.
Don't you mean
we
up?
are our own country.
Don't you mean up in here, eh? You know that
we don't use a. We use a for everything but a question. Okay.
I love your guys' version. I love the Canadian version of Britney's top song, "Hit Me, Baby, A."
Hey, Carnage.
No, you gotta say one more time, A.
One more time, A. No, because you don't understand, honey. That's a question.
Carnage, how's AAA up there?
Actually, AAA happens to be our toll is a toll company.
Yeah, so it is here too. It's called AAA. But so, do you guys say AAA?
Well, sorry, ours is CAA. CAA.
Oh, okay, that makes actually a lot of sense.
Oh man,
so it's an American auto agency or something. That makes sense. So yours is Canadian. Yeah. That's funny as hell. Your friend calls you. He's like, "Hey, I broke down," and you're like, "Did you call AAA?"
No,
yeah, reminds me of a skit. Oh, I forget where I heard the skit
it's
from.
Family Guy. It's Family Guy.
For AA, then AAA.
Yeah, it's
Sweet Alcoholics
hey,
Anonymous.
Can you call AAA?
Yeah. All right, when you guys came up to Canada, when they went up to Canada, that's right.
Yeah, in that episode, right?
Oh yeah.
God.
Oh Jesus.
All right, let's move on. I'm sorry to everyone listening. I know it's a video gaming podcast, but I think we should start doing this more relaxed conversation in more of the episodes. And if people have an issue with it, let us know on our socials. We have a Twitter account, a Facebook account, YouTube. Just hit us up. We have a Discord too. It's actually my Discord. We should probably make one of our own if people request it. I'd be down for whatever. So
never too much work.
Too much work. It actually probably would be a lot of work.
Thank you, Groovy. Sorry.
Thank you, Groovy.
Thank you. Sorry, I read the word and it was.
All right.
Thank you, Burke.
Groovy's gonna be my Canadian version of A. Are you guys ready to continue? Groovy.
Yeah. So into this next conversation, I mean, we've already talked about what I've been playing, and it's New World.
Oh yeah, you've been addicted
I've
to that
really
game for a while now.
Grinding the shit out of it. For anybody playing, don't play for a while until you hear the PTR. Sorry, till the next patch comes through. I
just want to say before we continue to what I was going to talk about with the game I was talking about, but I don't think these expectations you have for that new PTR update is going to make anything worthwhile.
I don't have, nor have I set any expectations.
You make it sound like you do. You make it sound like you're hoping it's going to change, enough for you to want to keep playing. But
I do. But the game is dying too early in its life. But.
Yes.
And I think it's trying to follow too much of the World of Warcraft saga, which it just can't. It can't.
Yeah. No. I don't know how they're gonna bring people back. To be honest, I guess mounts may do that, but I don't know.
No, it won't. It's been a conversation too. Even if you had a mount, it's not gonna help you.
Well, it'll probably help new people come in, but I don't think it's gonna bring back the people who had already been burned.
No, because once you've get your 3 houses and you have your 3 teleportations plus the inn plus you don't need a mount. And when you get a quest that tells you to walk there, you give it the middle finger and abandon it. Like it's There's no need.
The
Right.
mounts are gonna be slower than you walking there, or running there.
Yeah, but they're also talking about mimicking World of Warcraft with catching mounts and pets. It's like, oh, for fuck's sakes! Like, it didn't work 20 years ago. It's not gonna work now.
That would only be
Like,
cool if at the same time that they released that new mechanic, if they released a new class weapon that was like Tamer or something. It's literally just a whip.
yeah. I mean, if they do release that class, it wouldn't be a class. It would fall under your attributes, and it would probably fall under the mage category with the focus and the intelligence. So it's
Well, it would be a class because it would be a weapon because your classes in that game are based off the weapon you equip. So it'd probably be like a whip or something.
yes
stupid.
and no. Even though you said I was a tank, I'm technically a tank and DPS. Like I just pay the 200 respect to what I'm about to do.
Gotcha.
That's what anybody.
So now you can do dungeons by yourself, right?
Pretty much. And if I don't feel like tanking, just feel like
Gotcha.
doing damage. Yeah. So, anyways,
All right.
New World's dying. Let's hear what's not dying, Cyber.
All right. So I would like to talk about Wild Hearts. I've been playing. I have about 23 hours into it on my Steam records here. And for anyone not in the know, it is essentially Monster Hunter developed by EA. It is EA's version of Monster Hunter. It is it's their foot in the door into that market. With this is their first game of the type. So let me get started by saying I'm enjoying it. I'm actually enjoying it a lot. I have some issues with it. It's definitely not perfect. It's far from it.
How many hours in are you?
23. So
23 hours.
Give or take an hour. I'm guessing. I don't have it in front of me at the moment, but yeah, it's like 23.
So just confirming, it is not another purchase pack simulator game where you're just buying loot boxes, correct?
Oh, you mean like Need for Speed?
Exactly.
Where it was literally just card pack. Did you guys see that, by the way? Sorry to tangent off, but like that Need for Speed game that came out like 4 or 5 years ago, it was literally just a card pack game where you bought microtransaction RNG car parts that were plastered on like trading cards in game that were all digital, by the way. And to get the best parts for your car to make your car pay to win, you had to buy these card packs because the drop rates for like the high tier stuff, like they had them based on rarity levels. You had like purple engines, which were like the rarest engines, and purple tires, and like green for the lowest rarity like tires. Oh, I can't believe EA, dude. They're so ridiculous. But no, to answer your question, they do not have that. It is a full $60 game. Oh, actually, I bought it for $70 because I got the digital deluxe edition, which came with like really cool outfits or whatever. Don't what me? I bought this game like a week ago. More than that, actually, like a week and a half ago. It was right when we got our my bonus check from work for tax season. But no, so I've been playing it. It's got its issues. I'm gonna list off what I have an issue with, what I like. So what makes it different from Monster Hunter, you're probably asking. It's essentially Monster Hunter with different weapon types. Obviously they have the same old hammer, bow and arrow, sword. But there's some cool weapons. There's some cool ones. There's like a claw one that's got it's like a dagger claw where you have a dagger in one hand and then it's attached to a chain claw on the other hand, and you like attach the claw to the monsters, and you can use that to like fly through the air and swing around the monsters and do these really cool spin attacks. It's super cool. There's some really neat weapon ideas in this game. The foundation for a really good game / like series, if they continue on making these, like Wild Hearts 2 is going to be really good, I think, with the foundation they have here, with what they did wrong, what they did right, can be used to make a really good game. One of my main issues with the game, though, and I think it's a cool idea, but the way they went about it was really lame, is they have this system called Kurakari. I cannot pronounce it. It's Japanese. I'm so sorry. I'm butchering the name. But it's essentially gadgets. Like you have these gadgets that you can make, where you summon. You have a capacity of thread, and the thread is like magical thread. There's no explanation needed. It's magical thread. You use this thread to spawn gadgets into the world while you're fighting these monsters. Like an example being is harpoons. You can summon a harpoon gun in and shoot a harpoon at the giant monster and like have a rope attached to it that you can like run across to like get on top of the monster for whatever reason if you wanted to do that. Excuse me. So or you can summon a platform to like jump off of, like a springboard, to then do a special aerial move or something along those lines. That sort of stuff. So that system is really cool, and I think it adds a lot to the mechanics of just going out and hunting monsters and fighting monsters. That stuff is really cool, and I think they should build upon that and make it more in depth and fix a lot of the issues with it, because there's some weird interactions that don't work too well between like your gadgets and somebody else's. Like you could have collisions that kind of cause your character to bug out. It's very buggy. But other than that, it's a really cool system. I enjoy it. It's really cool. My main issue with it is the way you unlock certain gadgets, as I'm going to call them, because I cannot pronounce the Japanese name for them. You unlock them through this system called inspiration. And to get inspiration, you have to fight specific monsters and use a specific set of gadgets during that monster fight to unlock this higher tier gadget. And during the fight, if you somehow get this random RNG to pop up, because it is RNG, it's not like, oh, you have to do the specific set of gadget orientation or gadget order to get it to happen. It's just random. Like, you don't know when it's going to happen. It'll come up off on the screen and say, press right mouse button. But you have 3 seconds to press that button. And if you're in the middle of like an animation, like let's say you're doing a special move or something and you're in the middle of an animation, you can't press the left or the right mouse button within that 3 seconds. And if you miss that window, you're like shit out of luck. Like, I'm sorry you missed it. Try again later. Like, I don't like that. I hate that. I was Megan, my wife, was listening to me play it earlier, and I was complaining the entire time. I was like, damn it, I missed it. And then literally, no joke, I got it again, the same fight, like 10 minutes later during the fighting the same monster. And I said, oh, and I tried clicking it, but I was in the middle of an animation and I missed it again. I missed it twice. And my wife was in the Discord with me, and I was like, you know, just bitching, being like, why is this system like this? So I literally missed out twice on getting this new gadget type just because the game has this really stupid design choice. I don't understand why they went with that. But besides the visual glitches that happen sometimes, which happen quite often, I don't know if they're going to release an update soon to fix a lot of the PC visual glitches, like some of the like. There's like pop in when you walk, when you like look past a certain distance. The camera angles are pretty bad. Like sometimes you're trying to fight a monster and you can't like see because they're so freaking large, and you can't zoom the camera out like you would like in an MMO. So you can't. So you end up underneath them, and it's like an over the shoulder camera, and you can't really change the distance at which it's behind your back. So like your camera get like stuck inside of like shrubbery and or the feet of this like skyscraper sized monster, and you can't see what the hell is going on. Like, that gets kind of annoying. But I know it sounds like I'm complaining a lot, but I'm just trying to give everyone I'm trying to make sure everyone is aware that the game is not perfect. It is far from it. But like I said, the foundation is really well done. I'm enjoying it. I think the combat is one of the best parts it has going for it. Like, the gadget system's cool. The combat is smooth, other than the camera angles kind of freaking, messing with you sometimes. I think it's a good game. Right now, I don't want to give it a score because I haven't actually like beaten it yet. By the way, I should probably mention the storyline is trash. It is terrible. I am bored out of my freaking mind listening to these people talk. Like, I literally almost fell asleep playing it for the first like 6 hours. I was just like, shut up. I don't care. Shut up. Like, there's no hook. There's nothing that keeps you wanting to know more about this world or why you're here. I've gotten to the point now at 20 something hours where I literally just skip through the dialogue. I'm just like, nope, don't care. And I just go straight into the fights. So
it's about damn time that you skip a lore. I gotta tell you.
You saying that makes me laugh so hard because I remember you specifically yelling at me for taking too long. Every video game we play together, you're like, "Are you done yet?" And I'm like, "No, I'm listening to this guy talk."
Or if you're not, like, we're playing the same quest line, and here I am skipping the quest line, but here you are in the background speaking out loud what they're saying. It's like, oh, okay, I guess I'm fucking reading this anyways.
See, I do that because I know you're gonna skip it, so I'm doing you a favor.
Oh, okay, yeah. And it's especially for games where we only spend maybe 3 actual days game time.
Yeah,
playing,
right.
And here you are telling me lore that I really don't care about.
Yeah. I'm like, listen to me, young one.
Yeah, it just yeah.
I'm sorry. Sometimes the lore is actually really good, and I like it. I'm sorry.
I don't mind cinematic lore, but when it comes to reading lore, and when you got somebody who over-explains a lore in their game, it is absolutely terrible.
Yeah, I've definitely seen that before.
Like, what game did we play? Most recently, it was on Game Pass.
Was it Fallout 76?
No, that's one, but no, the other one. It was a new release with bombs.
I don't remember. I deleted it. I'm looking at my Xbox Game Pass app right now. I only see it's Fallout 76. I was playing Star Wars Battlefront 2 a few days ago.
Warhammer.
Oh, Warhammer, right.
It has so much in-depth lore when the actual beginning doesn't explain shit to you. And here we are reading this lore like, okay, so who's this person? Why do I care?
It's almost as if they made that game. No? I feel as though they made that game specifically for people who know already the in-depth nature of that universe of the Warhammer 40K lore.
You would have to. It is absolutely
bonkers.
Atrocious.
I don't like it at all. I really don't.
Fallout 76 again. I've never played any Fallout prior to that. I only recently learned from a video clip that Fallout 76 came from the previous Fallout game, where they say we're going into Bunker 76. Like there's a whole lore there that I have absolutely no idea about, but the game doesn't tell you when you load in for the first time. And it's like, how have developers not geared their information to brand new players? Right? You want to go back to play those games, but you're not telling them the backstory of the lore at all. Like games used to give you like a previously in.
Well, obviously
Here's the thing: Fallout is a very separated game. The only Fallout games that I believe are connected, like story-wise, hard connected, are 1 and 2.
Well, obviously, Carnage, I'll have you know, you missed the audio log explaining all that, don't you know?
I guess so. That's another one that I skipped through, and that actually you told me to play and to catch up to you, which I was fine skipping all the lore, and that's actually one of the games where I probably should have sat down and listened to. Mm-hmm. But to my point that I was a hardcore Splinter Cell fan,
right?
And their games, every beginning, explain to you what you fucking did 5 years prior on the other game. You always, Same with Halo. Yeah. Halo always gave you the previous lore, just nice little quick snippets. And Call of Duty did it for a while, and then it just seems like now games aren't, and you're throwing into these lores, and the developers aren't giving you that information. So why do I care about the lore? Why are you putting so much effort into this lore and then charging me for it? Like,
go ahead.
I was going to say, for the Fallout games, just specifically for the Fallout games, that beginning thing, they do give an overarching lore thing. Like, because here's the thing: every Fallout game, other than previously mentioned 1 and 2, happen in different parts of the USA. And so they give you the basic spiel of, like, the world got nuked and that war never changes.
Yes. At 76, they give you the snippet of the era that you're in. Mm-hmm. It doesn't explain how you got to that. And Fallout 76, like, if you don't know the previous lore, like, I was very confused.
Fallout 76 gives you the lore. If you play the beginning, it explains that it's not Tribulation Day, but it's like Exploration Day. Where
no, I understood that you're coming out of a bunker to a bunch of people that survived everything.
That's the lore.
But it doesn't explain that if the person that you are, if you were there since the bunker shut, or were you born inside the bunker? They don't tell you that.
Yes, they do.
No, they do not.
You're how old in the thing? Let's say 20, and the bunker is set to open in 200 years. Of course you were born in the bunker.
Actually,
I don't know.
Actually, no. I was saying Fallout 76, I think it's actually shorter than that. It's only
it's 200 years.
Is it 200?
It's 200 years in the bunker, and then you go out, and you're supposed to be like these pilgrims, and you're supposed to help.
I don't know. It's been like a couple months since we've actually played Fallout 76, so I don't remember a lot of it, to be quite honest with you. But whatever, it doesn't matter. I understand Carnage's point.
No, I understand his point too. Certain games do not give previous lore.
Yes.
That is fair.
Or if they do, they give it to you in 1,000 different little things you got to find within the world to connect the dots.
Okay, can we talk about that? Can we talk about that as a game mechanic? Do you guys like audio logs? I don't. I'm not a fan of them, to be honest.
If they are Isabella from New World, absolutely. if you got the right voice behind it, but if you have a voice that you know just thrown in there or doesn't hit the ears right, where you didn't do a what are those things called when you throw when you do a test of something, like they didn't test their voices to enough people.
Like a play test. They didn't play test.
Or anything. It's like, why?
Can I just say, by the way, I have some serious down bad for Isabella from the villain from New World, dude. Oh my god, like. Oh,
Good thing that you clarified that, because a lot of people would think New Horizons first.
Oh, is there an Isabella villain in New Horizons?
New
Horizon Zero Dawn or whatever?
No. New Horizon is the Animal Crossing game. Isabella is the dog.
Oh, yes, the yellow dog that gets with Doomslayer. Yes, yes. I love that crossover stuff, by the way.
So Burke just proved my point. Yeah, if audio logs give more secrets to the lore, then yes. But if you need them to understand the story, even a basic level, then no. That's my point. I don't mind the lore to further into this person's story, but if you have like an old man talking to you about their lifelong problems of their marriage, like, I don't give a shit. Like,
I think my favorite thing is like in like horror games or even action horror games where you find like an audio log and it's someone going about their day and then like an alien comes in and you can just hear them screaming. I love that shit. Like, I love those, but
Fallout 76, they actually kind of hit the bar when you pick up the tapes and you hear like what people went through during the apocalypse. Those are cool. Those are kind of nice to listen to.
They really are.
But the forced ones or you pick up a lore of a sheet of paper and it has a whole thing on it. It's like, I don't want to read all that. Then the guy starts talking and says it line for line. It's like,
I know, right? Yeah, and then you close it out. You're like, okay, I don't care. And then he's still reading it, and you're like, shut up.
Yeah. And then you accidentally prompt a speech with the next quest or something. And they start talking. Now you got two different things. It just
that is a problem. Though. The Fallout 76, the Fallout games, their lore is a highly in-depth lore in multiple games combining bunches of things.
Yes.
But surface level, game to game, if you did not care about lore, you could play the game and understand what's going on. You don't need the context of it, but it is all there, which I think is fine.
Yeah. Fuck lore. I don't even know where we tangent into this from.
It was because I was talking about Wild Hearts and how the lore in that game is trash.
Oh, right.
Trash.
Yeah, and I mean, lore can make or break a game too. And I mean, if you're drawn into this, eye-shutting crap, then you're not going to want to keep playing. If the main, if you're crammed with all this knowledge that you don't need on top of the main story, and it's
bro, you just insulted the entirety of the FNAF fan base.
Oh, bro, yeah.
Bring it on.
And I did.
Bring it on, FNAF.
Give us cinematics for the main lore that you want us, and then the little side snippets become cool to read. But when you have it all in one or the other, it just becomes.
You just reminded me of a game that came out years ago. I forget what game it was, but there was a game that the entire game's lore was online. Like, you had to go to their physical website to view, or even the Wikipedia to see the lore. I don't remember what game it was. This was years ago.
Bro, what was it? Poppy Playtime and the NFTs.
Yeah. Oh God. Wow. Those are. Yeah. The fact that they were selling NFTs with like secret lore that was actually really important to the main story was insane, dude. I cannot believe they were doing that. Freaking nuts. All right. Did you guys have any games that you wanted to talk about, or games you're excited for? I know, Colin, you're probably going to say the new Legend of Zelda for the Switch.
Well, I talked about that last time, so I'm just going to talk about a game. I'm going to I'm going to mention I have not played this game because it is not a game that type of game I would enjoy playing, but I have been watching the entire the entire game line of Ace Attorney, and I'm like 20 hours in.
So
Not
you
20,
you
like
mean
10
like
hours
you
in
mean
at
like
this
you're
point.
watching like a YouTube series of somebody playing through it or something, or cutscenes only?
No, not cutscenes. Like it's the full game. No one's talking. It's just the lore.
Oh,
And
okay.
it's walking you through it's basically a walkthrough. Here's the choices you need to make. But I'm watching it as like a soap opera type of show where I'm just watching what's unfolding.
All right,
like
well,
a Judge Judy type thing.
I was gonna say Colin out here found his Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah, but for what it is, it looks great. The lore, the story of the game is really good. If you get the trilogy, it flows very well across the new trilogy that was 2019, I think, whereas like upgraded graphics for the first 3 Ace Attorney games. It flows very well,
right,
story-wise, and it is a very good game. And anyone who's interested in that point and click text adventure type games where it's a puzzle game, you're trying to find out how things connect.
Now I'm almost positive.
I recommend.
Oh, sorry.
For them. Yeah.
I was just gonna say sorry to interrupt you. At what point do you think you would be interested enough to stop watching the videos and actually play it yourself? Because I'm pretty sure that's
Never.
on Switch, right?
Never.
Why? Now, why
not?
not?
Okay. I personally am very interested in the story.
Okay.
However, I am not interested in the playing of it. No, I'm not that type of person. Like, I do not like MMORPGs. I do not like, one, having to wait on people to play certain things. And I do not like you need to be this certain level and go collect all this and just do
easy call.
Carnage out here.
I'm not insulting the people who play it.
You might as well
respect every person and whoever plays these types of games.
Colin, you know what you just did? You just held an open beer bottle in front of an AA member, dude. That's what you just did. Like, you were like, I got him MMO and I'm gonna burn it.
What? No. I fully understand how those games can be interesting to people. It's just not my forte.
Everyone's different, dude. Everyone's got different likes and hates,
so it's just not a game that I would enjoy playing, but it is a story that I enjoy.
I was gonna say it's really interesting to me that you enjoy the lore so much that you'd rather watch, I was gonna say somebody play through it or even a walkthrough of it, but yet you don't want to play it yourself, which is one of the biggest parts of video games as a medium is you playing the game to get to that lore, to you experiencing this, you said there was choices, right? So I'm assuming the story changes based on what choices you make.
It does. There is.
So
it's a court case. You're trying to get not guilty, so you can get guilty if you screw up enough. So
watch it, Jordan. I like to watch Let's Plays.
I'm not saying Let's Plays are bad. I'm just saying, like, it's funny to me that there are people out there who find those games super interesting and like you love everything about it or you love the lore about it, but yet you're not willing to give it a try because the video games is a medium.
Here's the thing. I gave it a try. I bought the game.
You did.
And I started playing it, but it's just not a game that is personally interesting to me.
Okay.
It is not a game that I could get into.
Well, as long as you tried it, that's all that matters.
No, I have every game if I see a game that I want, I try it, and if I can't play it, but if it looked interesting, I will go watch this because I want to enjoy these characters and things, but it's just not a thing I want to play. Like Fallout, the Fallout games, I watch like for 1 and 2. I could not play them because that's difficult. But not saying that I couldn't go get them. I'm saying that they're RPGs that are point and click and
right. Well, I was gonna say I understand that completely. What I was gonna say was I understand completely because those are the kind of things that like those are hard to go back to. So that I understand. I understand that. Like I wouldn't be able to go back and play 007 on the N64 like I used to as a kid. That would be really difficult because that game does not hold up at all.
So it's It's my opinion that if I can't play a game, because I won't, if I play a game and I don't enjoy the mechanics, I'm going to be bogged down by the mechanics and not fully enjoy the game and what it's about. So I would rather watch someone play
that's fine. Like I said, I wasn't trying to criticize you. I just wanted to make sure that you at least gave the game a try before you judged it based on
that your end statement about the gameplay actually speaks for a lot of games. And as I've said, like Valhalla, love the game, hate the gameplay. But it actually is to push us along.
Of course.
Cyber, what are you looking forward to?
Let's see. I had a game in mind, but I can't think of it right now. Do you got one to talk about right now, Carnage?
Well,
so I could find it.
I do and I don't. See, Jedi, the new Jedi game, Survivor, finally gave a release date, and surprise, it's not till April, quote unquote. So all you those expecting any sooner, they set a date of April 28th, which is so close to the end of the month. I wonder why. It might be pushed again. But as for this month, the remake of Resident Evil 4 is coming out.
Yeah.
Which
nice.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one.
Really good. It does look really good. And then a game that's already been released is Wulong Fallen Dynasty, which I was going to buy. But after watching some gameplay footage, it is, guess what, another Souls game.
Oh my god. No.
Just dodge and roll.
The market is so saturated right now with Dark Souls likes, dude.
Yeah, and I was like, oh my god, another ninja game. Oh my god, nope, Souls.
Souls. So I right. So the game I found the game I was looking forward to. I couldn't remember the name of it because it was like an indie game. It doesn't have an exact release date, but it just says release date in sometime in 2023. It's called Wizard with a Gun. And it's on Steam. I have it wishlisted and I have it followed because I'm waiting for this game to come out. I want it so bad.
It sounds like a Jason Statham movie.
Hold up. You want to know something? Someone already made a video series on that.
What do you mean?
So they took the Harry Potter movies and edited guns over the wands and did editing.
Stop!
No, I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding.
Leviosa, bang bang.
So wait, Jordan, you want to play as a wizard, but instead of doing spells, you want to like shoot people?
I don't know how it works exactly, but if you check it out on Steam, it's basically, if anyone listening to the audio podcast, obviously you're not gonna be able to see it unless you look it up yourself. But the best way to explain it is it's Don't Starve, but with a wizard with the gun mechanics. It's like Enter the Gungeon with Don't Starve art style. And it looks, so let me just read the description. Wizard with a Gun is an online cooperative sandbox survival game set in a magical wilderness wrought with dangerous creatures and arcane mysteries. Embark on a journey alone or with friends to collect, craft, and outfit your wizards however you see fit as you explore the unknown. So it is essentially Enter the Gungeon with the art style and gameplay mechanics of Don't Starve. And I'm totally here for this. So
what I don't understand, are the guns like supposed to be like the wands and the fucking ammunition is like the spells?
Yeah, essentially. Yeah, so I'm looking at the screenshots. The best way I can explain it is the bullets are modifiable and you can give them paths. Like you can give them element effects, you can give them pathways, and by that I mean you modify their direction. So like you can modify a gun in such a way that it goes forward and like really slow, and then once it hits a certain point, it goes super fast, or even curves
this is
around.
Fucking Wanted.
It is essentially Wanted with like gun mechanics.
It's an enchanted gun is what it looks like.
I think it looks. I love it.
I'm gonna curve my gun, and the bullet will curve as well.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm hoping you guys will want to play with me because it does have co-op. It is a survival game, so I think it's great. I'm really looking forward to it. That is one of my most.
It looks cool, and I mean, now that you've said it again with Don't Starve, I think we ought to, the next time we stream some Don't Starve together.
You mean to our podcast, the live video?
Yeah, I think
I'd be all right with that. I love Don't Starve together. I'd be down to get back into it.
It is a fantastic game.
I'll be down.
It's very good.
It is gruesome and
hardcore.
Yeah, scares the shit out of me every time.
It took us so long to get past winter, dude. So long.
And the grieving, the public grieving is atrocious.
Oh God. Yeah,
This game is.
the people who came in and stole all of our food and then just like left.
Yeah, or just sat there and ate it all. Just ate all our food.
I
Yeah.
remember that. I remember Jordan
Yeah.
coming upstairs and bitching and complaining about that.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Carnage was in there with me, I think, when it happened. I was like, how dare they? I turned into the Jim Carrey Grinch when it happened. I was like, how dare you?
Yeah. Yeah, but I think even Colin could play a couple hours with us before he gets tired of it, no?
I think Colin would be okay with Don't Starve Together. I don't know. I feel like that'd be a game he might be into.
Again,
he played
the whole
Minecraft
RPG
with us,
thing.
so
The whole RPG thing. I gave Minecraft.
But it's RPG with a twist. You cut down a tree and a monster comes after you.
Yeah, that's true. It's true. Also,
Your axe talks to you.
Also, there isn't levels. There's no like actual levels, so I wouldn't really consider it an RPG necessarily.
It's just a survival game.
Yeah, it's like Minecraft without. Yeah.
It's not even. It's like how high of a level can you get to?
Yeah.
It's all.
It's like a roguelike.
Yeah, you gotta try this.
I have tried it. I played Don't Starve with me. It's one of those games. I give Minecraft the whole thing because I'm playing with friends. I would not play it by myself.
Right. Well, that's what we're saying. There's Don't Starve Together, which is what we're saying. You'd probably.
Yeah, I know.
All right. Let's move on. Oh no, we're just talking about random stuff. Let's move on to the last section. We're kind of running a little late here. We're at an hour and 20 minutes, getting a little long. Let's talk about, excuse me. Let's do the trivia/game section. So, for today's game, I already explained it earlier during our break, but for the listeners, what we're going to do is we're just going to give each other a random letter, and one of us whoever gets that letter has to come up with a video game name, and it may be more than one word. So, like, as an example, if I gave the letter K to Carnage and Carnage said Kingdom Hearts, that would be fine because the hearts doesn't matter. The K starts with Kingdom. Now, if I said H and he said Kingdom Hearts, that wouldn't work because the first word has to have the letter that was given. Does that make sense? Everyone clear? All right. So let's start. I have a random letter generator here for myself. I'm going to go to Carnage. Carnage, your letter is, oh Jesus, I'm not going to give you that letter. That's too hard. The letter was X. I was like, nah, that's not happening. Carnage, oh yeah, I guess you'd have to be more specific. Would that be? I don't know. Carnage, your letter is T.
T. Trivial Pursuit.
Works for me. All right, Carnage, give a letter to Colin.
K.
I don't know.
Nothing.
I do not.
Nothing comes to mind.
I don't think I've seen a game with K as the start.
Kingdom Hearts.
Jordan literally just said it at the beginning.
Oh, Kingdom Hearts. Oh, yeah.
I mean, you could use that one. That's fine, but you better do something better next time. Give a letter to Megan.
Okay. W.
Oh, come on, honey. It's your favorite game of all time.
Yes!
It's your favorite game of all time. Are you kidding me? You have like 300 hours in it. Are you serious?
Wildflowers.
What?
It's a game. It is literally like I forget the other game.
That's the one you can't. Oh my. Okay.
I have a question. Are we doing any type of game like board game or just video game?
Video game specifically, but if you can only come up with a board game, I'll accept it.
Oh, okay.
You have to be able to explain the game. We don't know it.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
fair.
true. All right, honey, give me a letter.
A.
Alpha Protocol. Yeah, baby, that was a pull. No one's gonna even know what that is. Like that game came out years ago. That was actually a side-scrolling action adventure game for the PS3.
Wonderful.
I think it was side-scrolling. I might be wrong. Actually, let me look it up real quick. Might have been over the shoulder.
Just give the next letter.
Sorry, it was actually over the shoulder. I'm sorry. Carnage.
we trust
Carnage, your letter is C.
We talked about this earlier. See, when you get put on the spot, it's hard. I don't want to hear it.
It is very hard. I'm sorry.
We talked about it?
We talked about a game with C at the beginning. Remember, it just has to have the first word.
Okay, that
doesn't help.
You've played it with Cyber recently. We talked about it during the Battle Pass section.
Call of Duty?
Yes.
There you go.
Jeez.
Oh my god.
I like how you said it like a question. Call of Duty?
Well, I had to make sure it was the same one he was thinking.
Oh god.
At the same time.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
All right.
Carnage, give one to Colin.
L.
Come on, dude. This is so easy.
Yeah.
This is so. He gave you a softball. He gave you a softball.
L.
Dude, are you serious right now? You and Megan, dude. You and Megan both.
I don't want to hear it when he couldn't come up with one for C.
You guys are terrible.
Oh, wait. Lego Star Wars.
Okay, that's a good pull. Good pull. All right. Before you give Megan a letter, let's make sure she's actually here because I hear Kiara screaming upstairs. I think she just woke up from a nap and she's not happy.
Here.
Okay.
I'm here.
Colin, go ahead.
F.
Honey,
Are
are you serious? I just thought of like 4.
Far Cry.
Okay, there we go.
Okay,
There we
good.
go.
Good. You guys are terrible.
How many of these are we doing?
We're just gonna do one more round back to me once we do after this.
P.
Poppy's Playtime. Poppy's Playhouse? Poppy's whatever the fuck the name of that.
Yeah, you got it. You're fine.
I can't think of the damn name. All right, Carnage. D is your letter.
Destiny 2.
Nice.
Okay.
Let's go with H.
H?
Yeah.
See, I know there's probably one, but I'm not gonna say it.
What?
Because
What?
Well, there's some weird games out there, so I was gonna say something with H that I'm probably shouldn't say. H. I don't know anyone with H.
I do.
All right, well, honey, go ahead. We'll move on to you. Colin's out. So, Half-Life, by the way, would have worked.
I was gonna say Hollow Knight.
That perfect.
I don't want to hear that. That was posted in chat. I didn't say
I
it.
Posted it in chat. She says.
Oh, that's your username?
Yeah, that's Megan. Yeah.
Oh, I think she has a different one on Twitch. That's why I was like.
It's funny how Megan easily came up with Hollow Knight, but yet didn't come up with Witcher whenever she.
Witcher, yeah,
I forgot
Witcher.
about the Witcher. Okay.
You forgot? You have like 400 hours in that game. What do you mean?
I stopped playing it.
All right, honey, give me one. I'll be the last one to go. Give me a letter.
G.
Grand Theft Auto. All right, are we done? You freaking goofballs.
I think we're done.
All right,
Oh, that was so toxic.
Yeah, we should. You guys are terrible.
It's hard when you're put on the spot for a certain thing.
It is.
I get that to a point, but when it's a game like Colin with you, Legend of Zelda, dude, Legend of fucking Zelda, man, like Lego.
Actually, no, I can't do that because it's the Legend of Zelda.
I would be okay with
There's
Legend of Zelda because
there's a lot of games.
in a lot
that
of
has
in titles, the is usually put after the last word with a comma. So
Like-
so usually speaking, when it's ordered, it's always ordered with the first letter of the word after the. So I would have been completely okay with you saying Legend of Zelda.
Yeah,
Okay.
There's also like the Forest.
League of Legends.
Yeah.
I don't play that because I
Toxic.
don't live in a basement and touch grass. Don't touch grass.
I was gonna say, you just say you don't live in a basement and you touch grass, or you don't touch grass.
I don't touch grass. So I do not do those things. I do touch grass and I do not live in my mom's basement.
Okay. I was gonna say, I think you're contradicting yourself. You said you don't live in a basement, but you also don't touch grass. So where do you live?
No,
Alaska.
because, that's what I'm saying. It's I do not play Legends of Zelda because I don't live in a basement. I don't touch grass.
I completely,
Do not.
I
Yeah, sorry.
get it. I get it.
Yeah, messed up. Anyway,
He lives in Alaska.
Alaska. All right, that's
know
gonna be
what?
the end of the podcast, guys. Carnage, you want to head us off?
Sorry, Colin.
I was gonna say I wouldn't be opposed to living in Alaska. It's
Screw
cold
that.
Texas.
6 months of darkness.
Man, it is strict rules up there too.
Yeah, screw that.
That's great TV content for us Canadians, just so you know. Don't you know?
You don't even
Don't
turn
you
on your
know?
TV. You just walk outside and just listen.
Yeah, we just that's all we have to do.
You have
Just
you
wave
have an
at shit.
icicle hanging off the tip of your nose.
We sell cigarettes and liquor to you guys at the border. Like it's. Anyways, that's gonna be another episode of Press C for Carnage. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you check out our socials at Press C #4 Carnage. See you later.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Don't forget to check out our live video. We're gonna be playing video games together after this. Bye, guys.